So as you describe in the madness of crowds, the herd-like behavior of humans that gets us into trouble, uh, you as an individual thinker and others listening to this, how can you, because all of us are amidst crowds, we're influenced by the society that's around us, by the people that's around us. How can we think independently? How can we, if you're in in the Soviet Union at the beginning of the 20th century, if you're in, I don't know, Nazi Germany at the end of the 30s or 40s, how can you think independently? Given, first of all, that it's hard to think independently, just intellectually speaking, but also that is just becomes more and more dangerous. So the incentive to think independently under the uncertainty that's usually involved with thinking I mean, it's a silly thing to say, but on Twitter, there's a cost to be paid for going against the crowd on any silly thing. Well, we can even talk about, what is it? Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. There's a crowd that believes that that was unjustified or something. I forget what the crowd decided, but I don't.
Crowd split on that one. It's safe to have one opinion either way.
Okay, it is right, but there is this. You put it very nicely that there's clearly a calculus here, and that you can measure on Twitter in particular. You can measure kind of the crowd, a sense of where the crowd lays.
Michael Jackson.
Well, oh boy. I don't want to. This is not a legal discussion where I don't have my lawyer present. Yeah. I don't even have a lawyer.
The man in question is dead. But I think most people who are not just diehard fans would concede that Michael Jackson had a strange relationship with children, and was almost certainly a pedophile.
Did the crowd agree on that?
No, the crowd hasn't agreed because he's too famous, and we all love Thriller.
Yeah. We do. So you said people who are not fans. I just don't.
No, I'm a fan of Michael Jackson, but I think he was almost certainly a pedophile. And but nobody wants to give up dancing to Bad at weddings, so they just kind of add it in. It's fine. Seriously, it's.
But see, your law does not apply to Bill Cosby.
Oh, that's it. Well, he wasn't. He was, of course, one of the most famous people in America. Yeah. But maybe he wasn't regarded as talented.
Oh, wow. There's depth to this calculation.
Yeah. There's a genius opt-out in all cultures. There's a genius opt-out in all cultures. Look at Lord Byron. Lord Byron shagged his sister. Doesn't affect his reputation. In fact, if anything, it kind of adds to it.
But then again, this kind of war against the West, genius is actually makes you more likely to get canceled. So if you look at the genius of Thomas Jefferson,
well, yes, because if you haven't done anything remarkable, nobody will come looking for you posthumously. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so genius can get you in trouble eventually.
Life. Okay. Sidle through life with nobody noticing. Be totally harmless, and then die, and hope you haven't used any carbon. But you were asking about how to survive the era of social media, as it were, and the crowds. Yeah. And there's a very simple answer to that. Don't overrate the significance of the unreal world.
Oh, come on! But this is still human psychology because you want to fit in.
Why?
Because you like people, and
why not just like a small number of people and ignore the rest?
Yeah, that's
what I do.
Well,
I actually like most people. This isn't a general thing. Yeah. I don't have detestation for most people at all. Most people I come across, I enjoy speaking with and being with. Mm-hmm. But in terms of storing your sense of self-worth in absolute strangers, big mistake.
Yeah. Well, me, this turned into a therapy session because for me, and I think I represent some number of population, is I'm pretty self-critical. I'm looking for myself in the world, and there is a depth of connection with people on the internet. I mean, I think
there's a shallowness of it.
It's shallow connection. Interesting. I
put it this way: if you became very ill tomorrow, would any of them help
on the internet? No.
Good. That's a good test.
Yeah, it's a good test. But then at the end of the day, yeah, you're right. Your very close friends would help. Family would help. Yeah.
Yep.
And perhaps that's the only thing.
You can't store significant amounts of trust or faith or belief or self-worth in places which will not return it to you.